The toy Lulu or the small Lulu? That's a tough one. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a mommy review where I review all things for the love of from a mommy's point of view. For today, I want to talk about something that I've been thinking a lot about recently, and it's related to the YSL Saint Laurent brand. I feel like it's such a hot and upcoming brand right now, and it's all over social media. And if you're talking about this brand and if you're considering possibly investing in a bag from this particular brand, you're bound to come across the Loulou. It is such a signature bag and has all the components to a classic bag, so I can totally see why everyone loves it so much. So for this video, I want to talk a little bit about the Loulou, specifically the difference between the toy and the small Loulou if you're deciding on getting a luxury brand bag from Saint Laurent. Now, it's no surprise to most people that these are the two most popular bags that people will be talking about if you're starting off your luxury handbag journey and you're considering something from this brand because it's so iconic, and when you think of YSL you often think of this bag. For starting, I want to talk about the similarities between the toy and the small Loulou. Then I'm gonna go into the differences between the two bags, specifically toy Loulou and then small Loulou. I want to go through the pros and cons related to it, so it'll help you decide which bag is really meant for you. And at the end, I want to summarize and kind of critique all the information and think about what are some deciding factors you want to think about when you're biting the bullet and finally getting your luxury bag from YSL. Okay, well, let's get started. Well, to start off, you can see for similarities for the two bags, they're similar in the style. They're both super popular. I love the flap for the Loulou design as it makes the bag a bit more sophisticated. You will see that the bottom doesn't have any feet, so it might be prone to scratching, and their finishing on the bottom does have it more prone to wearing. So I'm going through some cons related to it because the pros are so obvious. It's so lightweight, stylish, and it looks so pillowy and luxurious. The logo in the front, some people might be put off by it, but I do find it's very sophisticated. I love the lines of the bag, and the magnetic closure makes it so easy for you to access your belongings. And inside it has two compartments, which is present in both bags, which may not always be necessary for some people and they find that they lose space. But personally, I do like how it's already compartmentalized. It is from a smooth leather, so not a pebble leather that you find typically with the which is the wallet on chain from Saint Laurent. But you can see that they have very similar design overall. So let's jump right into the differences between the two bags, and hopefully you can decide between the two based on my review. So to start off, let's talk about the toy Loulou. Obviously, the toy Loulou is the smaller of the two bags. Currently, it's priced Canadian at $1,940. It does have the monogram of Saint Laurent in the front, with the front flap decorated with that metal interlocking initial for YSL and the Y quilted over stitching. Now, what's different about it? From what I understand, right now there is might be two different bags. I hear on the internet that there is a mini Loulou and a toy Loulou. From what I hear from the YSL associate, that they're essentially the same bag. The newer version is considered quote unquote the mini Loulou that has a non-adjustable removable strap with a no slip pocket in the middle divider, and that is compared to the toy Loulou that you typically hear about on social media. So that's the main difference, but the size is essentially the same. When you measure the base of both bags, it's roughly around the same, between around 18 centimeters or so. So practically speaking, they're the same. But there are so many ways to wear the toy Loulou, which is why I really love it. You can wear it crossbody, you can wear it over your shoulder. Price point is nice entry point for a faux leather bag. It does have a detachable strap, which really helps in changing things up if you want it to be more casual with the leather strap, or you can decorate it by having a separate strap that is metal, or you can get pearls, or just something that is fun. You can make it short and long. So I feel like there's a lot of flexibility of this bag, and you can also use it by putting a wristless strap on it, which I think it's interesting. I don't know if I'll use it that way because I do find the Toy Loulou a little bit bigger. It does have card slots inside, and I do like how it is more squarish proportionally compared to Small Loulou. Now, the Small Loulou currently is priced 2,795 Canadian dollars. It is made with the buff calfskin with the fold over flap that I mentioned before. What noteworthy is that it definitely has way more capacity compared to Toy Loulou, whereas Toy Loulou usually just carry your essentials, your cell phone, your wallet, and maybe like your chapstick, lipstick, and maybe hand sanitizer, but Toy Loulou definitely have capacity to carry more. It does come with a chain that is not detachable, but it has the ability for you to lengthen it or shorten it into a shoulder or crossbody. The chain definitely makes it way more luxurious, but I do note that it can be a little bit heavy. Proportionally wise, you'll see that the Small Loulou is more rectangular proportionally compared to the Toy Loulou, which is kind of more squarish, similar to like Chanel mini squarish kind of style. So that's the breakdown between the difference of the Toy Loulou and also the Small Loulou. So in summary, let's talk about what you need to consider when you're deciding between these two bags, which obviously I think they're both wonderful choices, but if you must choose one, here are a few things I would consider. Number one, of course, is the budget. What budget are you comfortable with? You don't want to overstretch yourself. It is significant between $2,795 Canadian versus $1,940 Canadian. So I would say maybe start with deciding on what the budget you're aiming for before considering buying a luxury bag. You don't want it to be a burden on yourself, and at the same time you want to enjoy the bag, so it's a fine balance. The second thing is think about your capacity. You want something that fits your lifestyle. So are you someone who's a minimalist who kind of carries the bare essentials, or on a daily basis you feel like you need to carry more than that? The third thing is if you're comfortable with a detachable strap, or you want something that is you're okay with the chain that's attached to it in the Small Loulou. Some people do find the Small Loulou chain a little bit heavy, or maybe the chain is a little bit too dressy for everyday use, and some people just don't like that the chain might be uncomfortable on their shoulder. But the Toy Loulou has the option that you can detach it and change it up and have fun with the bag. With that in mind, it ultimately depends also on your size. For me, I'm 5'2", so the Toy Loulou is proportionally looks good on me, given I'm a little bit smaller. But I imagine depending like how tall you are, I think the bags will fit a little bit differently on each person. So we need to think about like, are you more of a mini bag person proportionally, or if you're a lot taller, you might consider something like a Small Loulou that will probably proportionally look a lot better. And like I mentioned, it depends on your lifestyle. You want to make sure you're not getting a bag just to sit on your mantle and be very happy about admiring it day to day, but you want to make sure you make full use of it and enjoy your purchase. Ultimately, that's why you're getting a bag, to use it, not just to admire it. So at the end of the day, I don't think you can make a wrong choice of getting a Toy Loulou or a Small Loulou. If you like the style and the aesthetic of the bags from YSL, and specifically from the Loulou series, I don't think you can go wrong with either one. Well, that's my opinion on whether you should consider a Toy Loulou and Small Loulou, and even my rant about the mini Lulu. So I hope you find it helpful in my breakdown between the different bags. I would love to hear from you if you have personal experience with the toy Lulu, a small Lulu in terms of capacity, and whether there was any purchase regrets or maybe just really happy with what you've been using and the wear and tear related to it. And that will be really helpful. So feel free to comment below, and if you like the content, please consider subscribing and liking this video. It really helps. Until the next video, take care and stay safe, everyone.